Saturday. Jumping on here for a quick live as I'm in between errands. I hope that your weeks have gone well. Being back into the structure of only getting 2 days to myself really sucks, but listen, I've been in worse positions. I've been in places where my bills were coming in and the money was not, and I did not know how to remedy that. So I don't know if I would call it a first world problem, but I would say it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just, something that I will be working on. I'll be continuing to work on to try to remedy throughout my life. Okay, so I titled this, Your Condition is Not Your Conclusion. If there's anyone who's been through a lot of ups and downs in life, it's me. I don't talk a lot about the downs. I don't talk a lot about the ups either, really. I just kind of talk about my day to day. But in terms of historically, I've had some major highs and major lows. And the thing is, when I'm in those low periods, when I'm feeling even moderately good, even a little bit good, as a matter of fact, I always have a positive outlook towards my life. Things are not going the greatest right now, but they can get better. This and that is a bit of a struggle for me, but I know that I'm going to get through it. That's generally what my mind goes through. But during periods of times when I am having a major issue, like a serious issue, those are the times where my mind wants to be like, there is no way out. And that's what I'm talking to right now. People who are there, or people who have been there. Like, there is no way out of my situation. Sometimes we face unforeseen circumstances. Your life could be going one way all this time, and then all of a sudden something happens to you that was unexpected, shocking, tragic. I can't really think of what other words to use, but you get where I'm going with that. And then all of a sudden you find yourself presently living a life that you were not prepared to live. Something totally different is happening in your life than anything that has happened previously. It is a natural tendency during those times for your mind to just be like, this is my new life. Nothing is ever going to change. Nothing is ever going to improve. Nothing is ever going to get better. And that's okay. It's like if you're in a boxing match, right? And somebody gives you a gut punch, or somebody gives you, you let your guard down for a little bit, and somebody knocks you down, you take a knee. Probably your whole world is shaken up, and you're on the mat, and you're sitting there like, can I take another hit? I don't even want to get up. This person has me beat. I'm done. Those are natural human things to think in those instances. But you can always come back from whatever knocked you down, or whatever variable circumstance took you to that point. It's just that some things are so difficult to figure out that they're going to take an amount of patience, and they're going to take an amount of hope on your part. Hope is the most important thing. And you can take those broken pieces and put them back together piece by piece, one by one. It might not be a thing where everything is in shambles today and you feel better tomorrow. For an example, hi Lexi. For an example, losing my dad in 2023, I was shell shocked, you know, because I'm like, this is not actually something that I can change. You know, he passed, and there's not steps that I can take to make him alive. So it was the first time I had ever really faced something like that. Not the first time I ever lost anybody, obviously, but some losses are much more significant than others, and that was probably the most significant one of my life to this point. And it wasn't really a matter of fixing the circumstances, because like I said, obviously you can't fix those circumstances. But in my case, it was a matter of hanging in there long enough to start feeling some new sense of normalcy. Because if I had been like, okay, let me sit around and let me just cry all day and think about my old memories and think about how hard life is now without him, which was things that were going on in my head. But what I'm trying to say is, if I was just drowning in that, my life could be on a very different path than it is now. And even from there, some very hard things have happened outside of that between 2023 and 2025. And I'm like, we all have a unique ability to endure tough, difficult things that happen to us. And we don't really know that ability until we tap into that. And I think I've tapped into it so many times that for 99 out of 100 things that go on, I'm like, I know I'm going to find my way out, even if it doesn't feel that way now. And sometimes I tell myself that out loud. Mark, I know that it doesn't seem like you have all the time together at the right time. And that's positive affirmations. I always use this story of that TV show back in the day when the mom used to switch houses with the other mom, and then she would be a part of that family for, I don't know, a week or whatever it was. And I still remember these two moms. One of them reminded me of Roseanne. If y'all remember the TV show Roseanne. What I mean by that is, like, Roseanne was a pretty decent mom. You know, I mean, she was sarcastic. She kind of took jabs at her kids, but at the end of the day, she was like a loving mom. She actually was there for her kids. You know, they lived a decent life, but she wasn't the "I love you, hug you up" mom, and she wasn't the mom that was like, I'm gonna be this big source of emotional support kind of thing. So that's what the one mom reminded me of. The other mom was like, oh, who can I think of? Which TV show mom can I think of? I had it and I lost it. But anyways, I'll just describe to you what the other one was like. She was so chipper in the mornings. She would wake up and she had these note cards. And the note cards would have positive affirmations on them. So I remember the first day she was in the other house, she had the new kids get up in the morning before school and after they got themselves ready for school and read these affirmations from these note cards. I am strong. I am intelligent. I am great. I am amazing. I am handsome. I am beautiful. Like, and they would have to read the cards out loud for I don't know how long, 10 minutes, 15 minutes before they left the house. And I remember when they were doing their confessionals, the kids at the beginning were like, I don't know what's wrong with her. This is stupid. I want my mom back. I want my real mom back. But then I remember when it actually came time, after they did this for a while, I remember when it actually came time for them to go back to their own household. I remember those kids being like, man, I kind of miss the other lady. You know, she was really nice and she was really positive and she made me feel good about myself. So there's something to be said for that. I used to think that affirmations were useless, but now I feel like, you know, they are of use and they're something that helps you through difficult times. You know, the way that you speak to yourself is actually more important than the way that anyone else speaks to you. So if you have that big problem, I'm going to repeat something that Cara Maria said to me. Break that thing down into small, manageable parts and tackle each challenge one step at a time. And that's what makes your hero story. So I hope everyone has an amazing Saturday. I want to chop it up with y'all. I do chop it up with y'all, but I want to chop it up about some TV because I've been having just a hard time calibrating myself to an extent. Like I said, I've been watching the show. It's funny, I've taken notes on Survivor and the challenge for the last 3 weeks. I watched, I took notes, and then I fell asleep before I got on live, and I kept saying, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this the next day. I'm going to do this the next day. Then the next episode is already here. So that's that. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when your boy drops some more amazing content. Thank you all.